When we speak about joint pain and arthritis, we are often tempted to frame the conversation around damage, worn cartilage, stiff joints, inflamed tissues, years catching up with us. But that framing, while understandable, is incomplete. The human body is not a machine that simply wears out part by part. It is a living system, constantly adapting, compensating, redistributing load, and searching for balance. Joint pain is not merely a sign of breakdown, it is a message. It is the body's way of asking us to change how we move, how we rest, how we nourish ourselves, and how we relate to effort and time. Arthritis, in its many forms, enters life quietly. For some, it begins as morning stiffness that fades with movement. For others, it appears as a dull ache that lingers after activity, or a sharp reminder when weather shifts or joints are asked to do something unexpected. Osteoarthritis, the most common form, reflects changes in cartilage, bone, and surrounding tissues over decades. Inflammatory forms involve the immune system's heightened vigilance. Yet across these variations, a shared truth emerges: joints do not exist in isolation. They are shaped, protected, and sometimes strained by the muscles that surround them. This is where science gently challenges fear. Pain often convinces people to stop moving to protect the joint by avoiding use. Rest has its place, but prolonged avoidance alters the biological environment in ways that quietly worsen the problem. Muscles weaken, circulation slows synovial fluid, the joint's natural lubricant becomes less evenly distributed. The joint, meant to glide, begins to feel rusted. What was meant as protection becomes limitation. Understanding this shift is the first step toward reclaiming agency. Joints are meeting points, not endpoints. They are places where force is transferred, where muscles communicate through bone, where balance is negotiated moment by moment. When muscles are strong and responsive, they absorb shock, guide alignment, and reduce stress on cartilage. When muscles weaken, joints bear loads they were never designed to handle alone. In this sense, joint pain is often a symptom of muscular imbalance as much as joint degeneration. The idea that rebuilding muscle can ease joint pain may seem counterintuitive to someone who associates strength with strain. Yet biology tells a different story. Muscle tissue acts as a living brace. It does not immobilize the joint but supports it dynamically, adjusting tension in response to movement. This dynamic support is essential for joint health. Cartilage, unlike muscle, has no direct blood supply. It relies on movement to receive nutrients and remove waste. Compression and release, gentle, repeated, well-aligned, are what keep cartilage alive. Inflammation plays a central role in how joints feel. Acute inflammation is part of healing, but chronic inflammation changes tissue behavior. It sensitizes nerves, stiffens connective tissue, and alters movement patterns. The body, seeking to avoid pain, subtly shifts posture and gait. Over time, these compensations place stress on other joints and muscles, spreading discomfort. Managing arthritis, therefore, is not only about reducing inflammation chemically, but about restoring harmonious movement. Movement itself becomes medicine when applied with understanding. Low-impact resistance training, slow controlled motions, and isometric contractions stimulate muscle fibers without excessive joint compression. These forms of effort signal the body to rebuild strength while respecting vulnerable structures. Scientific studies consistently show that appropriately designed strength training reduces pain and improves function in people with arthritis. The key word is appropriately, not aggressive, not careless, but intentional. Pain perception is shaped by more than tissue damage. The nervous system interprets signals based on context, memory, and expectation. Chronic pain can persist even when structural damage is modest because the nervous system has learned to amplify danger signals. Gentle, consistent movement helps retrain this system. Each pain-free or low-pain movement becomes evidence that motion is safe. Over time, the nervous system recalibrates. Pain, once constant, becomes quieter. Muscle rebuilding in the context of joint pain requires patience and humility. Progress is measured not by how much weight is lifted, but by how movement feels the next day, by how confidence returns, by how fear loosens its grip. Older adults in particular benefit from slower tempos and longer rest periods. Muscles still respond to stimulus, but they ask for recovery as part of the conversation. Nutrition supports this rebuilding in subtle but powerful ways. Protein provides the raw materials for muscle repair, but micronutrients shape the inflammatory environment. Omega-3 fatty acids influence inflammatory signaling. Antioxidant-rich foods help regulate oxidative stress. Hydration affects the viscosity of synovial fluid. These are not isolated interventions, they form a backdrop against which movement becomes more effective. Body weight also influences joint health, but not in the simplistic way often portrayed. Excess weight increases load, particularly on hips, knees, and spine, yet weight loss achieved through extreme restriction can accelerate muscle loss, undermining joint stability. The more sustainable path involves preserving or rebuilding muscle while gradually reducing fat mass, allowing joints to experience less load with more support. This balance is not achieved through punishment, but through cooperation with the body's physiology. Sleep is an often overlooked ally in arthritis management. During deep sleep, inflammatory markers shift, tissues repair, and pain thresholds reset. Poor sleep increases pain sensitivity and disrupts hormonal regulation of muscle repair, improving sleep quality. Through routine, light exposure, and stress reduction, indirectly improves joint comfort and strength. Stress itself leaves a physical imprint. Chronic psychological stress elevates cortisol, which over time can weaken connective tissue and interfere with muscle protein synthesis. Stress also tightens muscles reflexively, altering joint mechanics. Practices that calm the nervous system, slow breathing, mindful movement, quiet reflection are not indulgences. They are biological interventions that change how joints experience load. There is a profound emotional layer to joint pain. For many, it represents loss of spontaneity, of former abilities, of identity tied to movement. Acknowledging this grief matters. The body does not exist separately from the mind. When people feel discouraged, they move differently. When they feel hopeful, they explore movement again. Compassion directed inward becomes a therapeutic force. Arthritis management often improves when individuals shift their relationship with pain. Pain becomes information rather than command. It guides adjustments without dictating withdrawal. This shift does not deny discomfort, it contextualizes it. Some sensations signal harm, others signal adaptation. Learning the difference takes time, guidance, and trust. The rebuilding of muscle around painful joints often brings unexpected benefits. Balance improves, reducing fear of falls. Posture changes, easing strain on the spine. Circulation increases, warming joints that once felt cold and stiff. These changes reinforce one another, creating a virtuous cycle. Strength invites movement. Movement nourishes joints. Nourished joints allow more strength. Even in advanced arthritis, where structural changes are significant, muscle remains adaptable. Studies involving individuals in their 70s and 80s show meaningful gains in strength and function with supervised resistance training. These gains do not erase arthritis, but they change its impact. The condition becomes something one lives with, not something that defines every movement. It is important to recognize that rest and activity are not opposites, but partners. Periods of rest allow inflamed tissues to calm. Periods of activity prevent stiffness and weakness. The art lies in timing. Listening to daily fluctuations without surrendering long-term intention. This balance mirrors broader life wisdom, knowing when to persist and when to pause. From a philosophical perspective, joints symbolize connection. They are where parts meet, where continuity is maintained through movement. Caring for them requires attention to relationships within the body, muscle to bone, effort to recovery, intention to patience. Arthritis disrupts these relationships, but it does not end them. With care, new patterns emerge. The aging body often teaches restraint before it teaches strength. Movements become more deliberate. Awareness sharpens. This increased mindfulness can become an asset. Exercises performed with attention recruit muscles more effectively and protect joints more reliably than hurried motions. Slowness, in this sense, becomes precision. Community also influences outcomes. People who move with others in classes, walking groups, shared routines, report less pain and greater adherence to exercise. Social connection alters pain perception through neurochemical pathways. Encouragement is not just emotional, it is physiological. As we deepen our understanding of joint pain and arthritis, the narrative shifts away from inevitability. Degeneration exists, but so does regeneration. Not in the sense of returning to an earlier body, but in cultivating a capable one now. Muscle rebuilding becomes an act of partnership with the body, respecting its limits while inviting its strengths forward. The science continues to evolve, revealing how adaptable connective tissue remains, how responsive muscles are even late in life, how movement reshapes inflammation at the molecular level. But beneath the data lies a simple truth: the body responds to how it is treated. When approached with fear, it contracts. When approached with curiosity and care, it adapts. Joint pain then becomes not an endpoint, but a turning point. It asks for a different rhythm, a more attentive relationship with movement and rest. It invites us to rebuild muscle not as an aesthetic goal, but as a foundation for comfort, confidence, and continued participation in life. And in answering that invitation, many discover that strength, like wisdom, often deepens with age rather than disappears.